Okay, so I ordered Cattleyas from Valley Orchids when Fred released his new Cattlea list last week. And Fred ships FedEx. And so you get a wonderful email when your package arrives. And I missed the arrival by an hour and 15 minutes. So for an hour and 15 minutes, my FedEx package right here sat on the porch, and it's not as cold this week as last week. It's 48 degrees, so hopefully it didn't suffer that much damage. I mean, 48 sounds amazingly warm. You can also see that the sun is out. Package didn't arrive at 9 p.m. at night on a day where it was 20 degrees outside at the high, which means by the time it arrived to my house, my UPS package was very, very cold from Ecuador. And I was actually in my growing space, putting water in my humidifiers and trying to decide that I was going to pot any of the dead things that came from Ecuador that are not. I don't want to pot them up, the Ecuador plants, if they're just all going to crisp and die, like this Pleurophthalus. So like some of these, I think may just go directly to the compost. It's not worth the time to try to save them because they're not salvageable, because they're like, so they basically went from frozen and now they're venturing into crispy, because that's what happens when you explode all the cells in a tropical plant. It just turns brown. So anyways, that's not what happened with my Cattlea order. And I use a lot of UPS at work, and I'm not the UPS, FedEx. We use UPS too, but we use a lot of FedEx. And I quite like FedEx delivery. And Fred, I should also point out, uses the standard FedEx delivery, so it's FedEx Express. It shipped out yesterday and it came today. So overnight, one day, which is not the same if you get FedEx Ground, which is also known as FedEx Home. That is a separate service, and it's not nearly as fast. It might be cheaper, but it's not nearly as reliable and as fast. So if I had to sit here and give you a review of shipping companies, I'd be like, you got something valuable and needs to be there next day, totally FedEx all the way. All right, so we're gonna cover up how much I paid, many hundreds of dollars, but here is my shopping list right here, Fred. And I asked for the whole 9 yards because, hey, it is really, really, really cold. It was really cold when I put this order in. So this came in the box, and I can't lift it. It's fully wrapped. Maybe a second box inside. And there is also 2 heat packs, and they're still warm, which means hopefully there was no damage to my plants while they sat on my porch for an hour and 15 minutes. So that's the timestamp on the email that I got from FedEx. The timestamp was 11:45, and I have seen those FedEx people do their scanning, so pretty much they scan it when they drop it off, and it goes ping ping, and it is like, it is there, you've received it. So let me see, this is like Uber, like trying to figure out here how to, I'm having a little bit of problem here because I don't know how to open this. It is definitely very toasty in my room right now, and Pinto's with me. Oh, I have have my phone resting on my bonsai. There's Pinto. Whoops, that's his. He's not even paying attention. There's Pinto. Hi, Pinto. Pinto-y. You gonna look? No, you're not gonna look. You're like, forget you people. All right, can I do this? Can I prop it back up? It's sitting in my bonsai pot. My bonsai have not been doing very well. It has been very, very cold. The Sarissa definitely does not enjoy this. And, all right, this is like uber taping. I'm not very good at this. I know, I could just cut it. I'm not very good at just cutting. I should note that I have used scissors and actually cut through my hand before in the past, so I'm not good at cutting. All right, there's some tape, which means I've gotten this a little bit open. Anyway, so once I start getting the plants open, let's see if I ordered a lot of orchids. I am completely unable to open this. Using the scissors. Very dangerous. Ah! Ah! No, I didn't actually cut it. I could have burned myself last night making dinner because I'm not very agile. All right. I mean, I appreciate this. I need the installation. It is cold here. It is definitely very cold here. It's too bad you guys can't see Pinto. He's like, you're crazy. This is craziness. Okay, that's it. You know, I once wrapped a present for someone, my spouse, before we got married. And it was like the only time, because you only can do this once to somebody. And I used tape. And I hermetically sealed the present in tape, but not only that, but I wrapped it in like 15 different layers of wrapping paper. And that's what this package reminds me of. You got many, many layers of bubble wrap. I can only do it to him once. First time was a shocker. You can never do it again. But I used my one time well. He still talks about it like 30 years later. Okay, we are getting somewhere now. Or not. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm almost to plants. Okay, like I can get my little hand in here. I just have to open this up a little bit more. Maybe I can actually cut here now that I did that. All right, I gotta say, this is like great packaging, but I'm also really grateful for the 2 heat packs. Big heat packs. They're like twice as big as the ones that came with Equigener. I don't know. I don't know if they just don't think that the rest of the US gets very cold or what, but they were some very frozen plants here. And you can see Pinto laying next to one of the dendrobiums. See, very dead. It's just slowly senescing because the leaves on the dendrobiums froze, but then you have this period where you have to wait for the canes to fully die. That's what's going on right there. Now, the canes froze through on those. They were soft, and so the canes are slowly dying. Alrighty. I'm being too much stuff. Okay, let me see. I am gonna put my package on the box that it came in. So we can unwrap these one by one. Somewhere around here is the order form. The order form. All right. First package. So I did order duplicates of some of these. You know what I should do is when I unwrap these, I should look for on the website and share the descriptions that Fred had for these. So let me pause this video. So I'm back. Here's my package. And there's Pinto, who's being a pain in the butt. And I realized that I ordered off a special list for this. So the list does not actually exist anymore. So this was a private sale from Fred. I actually push this up. And so you can see there, which it was even weirdly labeled as the Cattleyas growing tips. So you had to actually open it to reveal that actually it was the Cattleyas hybrid list for 2021. And then he had this link right here for us to open it. And when I opened it, it didn't exist anymore. So he's now moved all the plants into his regular website so anyone else can buy these, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them as I'm opening up the packages. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. I may have to prevent Pinto from eating stuff during this because he has left his resting position and has decided to travel around the area where I'm trying to open up my orchids. And he's always a pain in the butt. All right, so the first one, I guess I don't have to describe this one. This is Cattleyas Jalapa Rubens Pick by B.L. Richard Mueller. And I bought multiples of this. I bought 4 of this, and I bought 4 of his Sunspots by Richard Mueller, which I believe has now been named Pauwela Spots. So Jalapa is a red, and Richard Mueller is generally an orange, unless you're weird like me and you have a white Richard Mueller. And the blooms of these that Fred has shown on his Facebook page are reddish orange with red spots. So that's what, and they've been different. So I am hoping that these will not bloom the same. I already bought one of these, Jalapa by Richard Mueller from Diamond Orchid, but only bought one from Peter. And I have to say, this is a lot bigger than the one that I got from Peter. And I know they're like blooming size. I don't know if these will, because like this, which is the biggest growth, does not seem to have a spike forming. So Pinto's back. Pinto, no, don't eat this stuff. How about you not eat this stuff, Pinto? All right, I'm gonna take this tape off and put the cat in the bag. You don't have to participate. All right, So let's see. I don't know if these are packed in any sort of order. All right, so here is another Richard Mueller. Ah, Pinto, don't rub my laptop. Pinto, you're a pain in the butt. You're a total pain in the butt. Can you stop being a pain in the butt? Pinto, no, no. You know what? These are not here for you to eat. He's come. He's come. See, he's right here. And Pinto. All right, so this is another Jalapa by Richard Mueller. I'm gonna have to find a place to put these that is not Pinto nibbleable. Oh, bent leaf. All right, this looks like it's another Jalapa by Richard Mueller, and then look, I'm a little sad. I mean, I know it'll recover, but sad broken leaf. All right, that's crunching sound is Pinto knocking over my laptop. All right, he's gonna just break stuff because he's just obnoxious. All right. I had moved it before. The laptop was sitting in front of me, but that was then Pinto decided to lay on it, and he's awful. Have I stated recently that you're awful, Pinto? All right, here we go. This, based on the coloring, is another Jalapa. Let me look at the tag. No, this is Sunspots by Richard Mueller. All right, so I've been buying this from High Desert Orchids, and I think my Sunspots from High Desert Orchids is actually very near the front here. So here's the ones I got last summer from High Desert Orchids of this. Here's the one I'm getting from Fred. And if I had known Fred was going to offer these, I would have waited. Because look at how much bigger they are. Oh. So I have another, since I ordered 4, there's definitely another Jalapa in here somewhere. All right, so Sunspots. So Paluela spots that I've seen bloomed is orange with red spots. None of the ones that I got from High Desert Orchids have bloomed yet. These are huge. This is another Sunso. Look at how big they are. Quite clearly, someone feeds his orchids really well. I don't feed. We all know I don't feed. All right. This is Mark Jones by Mark Jones. So let's see if I can find, it's a spotted Cattleya. Let's see if I can find Mark Jones, what he says about Mark Jones. I don't know if all of these have made it to the website yet. We are number 7656. Okay, so Cattleyas Mark Jones is, so basically this is Mark Jones SVO crossed to Mark Jones Carmel. So he took 2 separate Mark Jones and then he crossed them to each other to make another Mark Jones. But the original Mark Jones is Caudebec by Physalis. Fred writes, the hybrid Mark Jones was made by Frank Smith of Curl Smith Orchids and was registered by him in 2000. It's been an outstanding Grex with 8 AOS awards to date and has also parented 29 registered hybrids that have earned 27 AOS awards. What a great orchid! This sibling cross brings together the extraordinary high bloom count of Carmel, which carries 11 flowers, and the beautifully shaped flowers of SVO. It's been 20 years since this cross was first introduced, and its flower qualities still hold up to today's standards. Here's an opportunity to acquire a line bred plant of this modern classic. So only thing that I am sad about Mark Jones, I may have only gotten one. But since I'm pretty sure I ordered like 20 some plants, there was a space issue. I am definitely going to have to cull some plants after this. So I mean, plants always take up less room in the box, but they take up more room in my growing space. And then here I have my other Jalapa by Richard Mueller. So let's put these all together. So 2 Jalapas. Make some room here. All right. Just trying to make some room. I will de-fuzzy wrap everything later, I guess. And I thought, do I have a Mark Jones up here? Or maybe these are ones that are crossed Mark Jones. Oh, okay, so this right here, this is from, or it would be if I could actually get it out. All right, I can't get it out. I don't know if I want to break the roots on this, because quite clearly it's buried itself into this pocket. Okay, here we go. Ha ha ha. And I lost the tag down onto the ground. All right. So this right here is Mark Jones. So it's Jungle Elf crossed to Mark Jones, and I got this from Carter and Holmes. Yes, those are the dead plants.
They come like that?
No, yeah, they came like that. Those are the ones that froze from Equigenera.
Ooh.
That's my spouse, wondering why there are dead plants all over my floor. All right, maybe we'll edit that section out. This is, okay, so Jungle Elf by Mark Jones. Right? And this is Mark Jones by itself. So this is a progeny of something that was crossed to Mark Jones. And this is Mark Jones. The only thing I have to say is quite clearly, I am not giving these enough water. I'm not giving anything enough water. All right. Oh, more crushed leaves. All right. Let's see. Cracked leaf. So this is Starpholalia Memoria Evelyn Paquette by Penny Corrado Spots. So I have a Penny Corrado Spots. It's really tall. And this will, Penny Corrado Spots is flared with spots. So I believe the sepals have spots and the petals are flared. And I'm not quite sure what we will get when we get across it to Evelyn Paquette, which is a yellow with red spots. Pinto, this doesn't need you. Please, 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 please don't be here. So, Memoria Evelyn Paquette, SVO Hotspots, has excellent shape, color, and a broad, flat magenta lip. Pinto! Oh my God! I'm like looking down right at him. Look, he bit this. So he bit one of my Jalapas by Richard Mueller's already. Look at that. I should like put him out. except it's freezing. Well, it's 48 degrees. He wouldn't freeze yet, but it's very wet outside. Let me read again. Flat magenta lip. Penny Corrado spots has been around since the mid-1980s, has an important role in breeding spotted flowers. It has strong stems which hold 14 to 17 white flowers spotted in pink with a peloric pink splash and a dark magenta lip. Due to the peloric nature of Penny Corrado, we expect about half of the offspring to have peloric flowers. SVO hotspots will add color and keep the plant stature compact. This cross has good potential to produce a new color combination, yellow petals and sepals with burgundy spots, magenta peloric splashes on the petals, and magenta lips. So I only got one. We'll have to see how lucky I get. All right, so this is Cattleyas Piketty 79. Find out how many of these sold out. And I think the Piketty sold out because it's not on the website. Cattleyas Piketty forma Cerulean, which is Loda Glossa crossed to Schilleriana. Here we are breeding for spotted blues. This primary hybrid is similar to Cattleyas Brabantiae, which is Cattleyas Loda Glossa crossed to Eclandiae. And lots of people bloom Brabantias that are like pink with pink spots, which I think is very cute. I have yet to actually bloom my Brabantia out, and I don't know if I've killed it. I'm on my second one. I have a Brabantia El Toro somewhere, I think. Expect improved flower count due to the influence of Cattleyas schilleriana. The plants are showing clear green foliage with a slight gray cast on the developing sheaths, indicators of the desired cerulean color forms. These will be outstanding and extremely collectible. Don't miss out on these. So, oh, this one didn't do well. Quite clearly lost a growth there. That's sad. I think that's definitely a new growth that has, yep, here it is. Here's the broken piece. It can sit on the floor where it can be in danger of being eaten by pintos. Even though I'm right, don't you dare. No, I'm putting my hand on your face. Okay, so this is Mariba Tiger, which is Leopoldii by Schilleriana. It's this year, 75. Cattleyas Mariba Tiger forma Cerulean. How about this? Cattleyas Mariba Tiger in the Cerulean form. This cross combines a high flower count, 15 to 25% of Cattleyas Leopoldii with 4 to 5 blooms per stem of Cattleyas schilleriana. This is a Grex I believe will bloom with 7 to 12 flowers or possibly more. The blooms will be a light cerulean with darker spotting and a broad blue lip, and they should also be fragrant, like a superfloriferous blue schilleriana. Here's your chance to get something great. The protocorms were treated with orzoline, a chemical used to increase chromosome count and improve the possibility that some of these will be tetraploid. So it's also available, not orzoline treated, but I got the ones that were orzoline treated because I like take my chances and see if I get a 4N. And then 2 Mariba Tigers. So let's compare the two of them. This is what they look like before Pinto gets to them. I am really annoyed. Oh, the poor little plant. It's got like these big holes in the leaves because of you. I can tell that someone here played a lot of Tetris, because these are all like cross-packed. Very Tetris-y. Okay, So this right here is Cattleyas Mary's Magic by Candy Sparks. These are flared. And then I got an Aurantiaca Mishima by SVO. So this is, I have a bunch of Aurantiacas. This is one of the ones that he has that has a lot of spots on it. Or it's crossed to one that has a lot of spots. So I am hoping mine will have a lot of spots. The species Aurantiacas that I have are not very spotty. They have some spots on the lip, but Fred's has spots like on the petals and the sepals and the lip. So we'll see how that comes out. Okay, Mary's, and it has, we did break a leaf. Did the broken leaf? So Mary's Magic is a multicolored flared Cattleyas. And Candy Sparks is, I believe, reddish with flares. Let me find it. Oh good, Pinto's left. And go bite something else. Oh, he did. He put them under mini cats. Okay, so this is a test cross between two different breeding lines. Mary's Magic, which is Mary's Song by Tokyo Magic, has upright inflorescences carrying clusters of white flowers with yellow and red flares. And at one point I had a Mary's Magic, which I think I've since killed. Candy Sparks, which is Memoria Trudy Marsh by Angel's Fantasy, is a mini cat with red flowers splashed with yellow with red veins. We're expecting flared flowers in a wide range of colors, including pink, yellow, and red. And I like really splashy flared flowers. And the inflorescences should hold 3 to 4 flowers each. The plant habitat will be compact, and these should be mature at 6 inches tall or a bit taller. So we're getting there, right? Like, this is 4, you know, almost blooming size. All right, so Little Cattleyas Sacramento something. Sacramento. Get this? Did I actually pick this? And I realized once I took my thing out from Fred that it's actually so long. I have 2 pages worth of plants. Sacramento Splash. Oh, I did. Okay. Oh, this is another splashy flary thing with tiny little flowers because it has Peggy Sand Gold Country as a parent. So it should be on this page because it will probably be considered a mini cat. 79.25. Okay. So, I guess the original creator, this must be Alan Koch, because this starts off with, what a home run cross this was for Alan Koch of Gold Country Orchids. This highly successful Grex produced outstanding results, with 19 receiving AOS quality awards. Very impressive. The Peggy Sand used the original cross with a meristem mutation from Cynosure, and distinctive enough to be renamed Gold Country. This plant has proven to be an excellent 4N breeder. The flowers of Peggy Sand are light pink with fuchsia flares on the petals, and the lips are very flat and similarly colored. Plants produce 3 to 4 blooms on thin stems for the Brutonia ancestry. Little Dipper, which is Angel Walker by Battellini, has been a good parent for breeding flared mini cats. Its flat flower shape and ease of growth make it a desirable breeder. These will have 3 to 5 well-formed flowers per inflorescence, and the flowers will be light pink with dark purple flares of color on the petals. The lip will be similar in color and shape to the petals, almost resembling a third petal. These are compact plants that will start flowering in 3-inch pots. So, soon to bloom. Or, soon to bloom for Fred out in California. Probably not soon to bloom for me. And then, this is another. So this is Loda Glossa by Little Leopard. We're back to spots, because we never leave spots very far behind. And this is also orzoline treated, 75.59. Okay, so Loda Glossa has been a remarkable hybrid. It is the first highly successful Cerulean blue flower with darker Cerulean spots. The lineage of Leo Loda Glossa contains 3 Cattleyas species, Leopoldii, Loda Glossa, and Amethysta Glossa, thus the name. Leo Loda Glossa, Leo Loda Glossa, oh I see, he's trying to make sure that I pronounce it correctly. SVO speckled blue has excellent shape and color, carrying 20 or more well-presented flowers and receiving an FCC AOS is the highest accolade a flower can get. Little Leopard, which is a Clandier by Amethysta Glossa, is quite a distinctive flower, and Nightshade is the only Cerulean cultivar from this cross that I am aware. The flower is spotted, and the lip is cerulean, as is the column. This is our first hybrid with Little Leopard, and we expect it will significantly reduce the plant size and pass along the cerulean spots in color. Oh, which is really good, because I am telling you that Amethysta Glossa is like tall. Some will have cerulean colored columns as well. A compact blue spotted Cattleyas. Ooh. The protocorms were treated with orzoline, a chemical used to increase chromosome count and improve the possibility that some of these will be tetraploid. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 sets left. So far it looks like none of these received any kind of damage from having sat on my porch for an hour and 15 minutes. And you could tell if they'd been cold damaged. They get this funky, I don't know, dry look to them. Like this, which is from Equigenera, did get cold damage, and you can see how like this leaf is wrinkly like that. This thing is actually frozen right there. And it's like soft, and it's like a much darker color than the other, well, they all froze. Like this one's even like blotchy. I don't actually know that this is still alive. I'm just pretending. But these leaves from Fred are all still really firm. Right, and they're not soft and they're not squishy when I press on them. So let's see, this is Fire Magic. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of Fire Magic that I got from H&R. Like, oh, it must be 6 years ago now. I haven't bloomed a single one. It's amazing that they're still alive because I have probably worked very hard to kill them. Anyways, Fire Magic tends to be very flared and splashed, and at least with the breeding, they're all really different. So I only got one because I have like 4 or 5 Fire Magics already that I've never bloomed. Don't know if I'll ever bloom them, but I was like, I'm gonna get one from Fred and see what it's like. So let's see what he says about them. 79. It's not under, putting it. I wonder if he's putting these under mini cats, and I would not consider Fire Magic to be a mini cat, but a compact. 79. Or maybe he's sold out. Oh, wonder if he put them under standard. They're not standards. $79. No, he must have sold out of all his Fire Magics because they're no longer they're not listed in any of the categories on his website. So you'll just have to believe me when I tell you that they should be spotted and flared. They're usually, they can be like orange and yellow with orange and yellow and pink flares and splashes. And some even have paler sort of peach backgrounds. They're very varied. Okay, so this is Candy Sparks right here. And this should be a mini. So 79.61. Candy Sparks. This is a remake of the first candy striped cross. Almost all of the Candy Sparks had red flowers with yellow splash petals veined in red. The red veining over the yellow splash gives this breeding line its name, Candy Striped. These are mini cats, and mature plants don't need a pot bigger than 3 inches. I'm really looking forward to keeping some plants from this cross. They've proven to be very fertile and good breeders. We also offer the reciprocal cross, which allows the grower to evaluate the influence of the capsule versus pollen parent. If you've ever wondered about these differences, here's a great opportunity to see for yourself. So I think I got just one. It's not my, I'm more into spots now. That I mean, I like flares and splashes, but I'm definitely more into spots now. Also, at this point, I'm pretty sure I had reached many hundreds of dollars, and I knew I had to limit myself. Okay. This is Piketty Flight by Angel Eyes. I'm going to assume this is a compact, 7824. Pinto's back. I see him. My plants are in danger. He's laying down on the ground near them. Don't even put your nose on it. You know, putting them closer to me makes like no difference, even though I pretend that means he can't reach them. Because he's like a barracuda. Just reaches his mouth out and he bites with his sharp, sharp teeth. 7824. Okay, so this new hybrid represents another step upward in the continuing development of flared Cattleyas breeding. Piketty Flight has a pure yellow flower with the petals sporting a red flare and Piketty on strong stems holding 5 to 6 flowers above the foliage. Angel Eyes has been in the SVO breeding program for over 20 years and has been used in a number of successful crosses. Just recently, I realized how good a parent it is. Dominant for flaring, flat petals, good flower size, and reduced plant stature, and ease of growth. The offspring will be flared, some yellow with red flares, other rose with red flares, on good strong stem that will hold 4 to 5 flowers above the foliage. Very showy. So hopefully you can see a theme in everything that I am getting. Encyclia Phoenicia. I've just got this thing for getting species Encyclia. I got some from Equigenera. The Phoenicias just because I'm trying to expand my Encyclia growing. Alright. Then I have a Tokyo Magic by Candy Sparks. Tokyo Magic is just one of those great parents. You get lots of interesting stuff with Tokyo Magic. Tokyo Magic is yellow with a red lip, but somehow when you breed with Tokyo Magic, lots of stuff is flared. And the flowers are strong. So let me see if I can find this one and read what Fred says. Now Fred uses Tokyo Magic a whole bunch, as did H&R in their breeding. But I have but one regret. It's not that I only have one life to give, but that I only bought one of this. I mean, not say anything, but I would prefer not to give my life for orchids. There are other things better to give my life for. Oh, this list is so long. I'm still scrolling to the bottom of the page. Oh, it is not even on this one. $79.27, which means, oh, I bet you he put it on the mini cat page because he crossed it with Candy Sparks instead of under compact, even though, see, Tokyo Magic's a compact, but Candy Sparks is a mini, so it depends on where you want to put it. No, Pinto, don't you dare! It's like, I don't know if you guys can hear his scritchy crawling as he tries to get closer and closer to eat my orchids. Okay, Tokyo Magic is a proven breeder imparting good flower shape, red lip, color, strong stems, and a compact, upright plant habit. Candy Sparks is a mini cat with red flowers and red splash petals veined in red. The red veining over the yellow splash is why we call this line of breeding candy striped. Here we're continuing the candy striped flower look in a slightly larger plant. The proven breeding characteristics and yellow flowers of Tokyo... Pinto! Oh my gosh! He just bit my fire magic. I've owned this, like, I just unwrapped this. You guys saw me unwrap it. Look at this. And this beautiful green leaf now has, like, giant cat teeth in it. You can hear it. It's like crunch, crunch. It's like, I don't know how I ended up with the cat. That's an herbivore. Okay. The proven breeding characteristics and flower colors of Tokyo Magic sure seem to be a perfect match for Candy Sparks. Look for compact plants producing sturdy stems with 3 to 5 shapely red-orange flowers with red and yellow flares. I can't wait for these to bloom. Yes, well, I can't wait to, I don't know, put these someplace safe, though I'm not quite sure where that is because my shelves are all full, and quite clearly Pinto is having salad today. All right. So, Potenar Rubescent by Martha Clark, 78.23. You know, and I knew Pinto was right there. I told him not to shoot. He's like such a cat. Doesn't listen. Not at all. $78. Oh, now he's laying there and he's facing away from me, as if he's offended. See, I don't think he's the one who should be offended. I should be the one that's offended. All right, Rubescent Magic isn't consistently outstanding. These all have good stems, 4 to 5 flowers from the Tokyo Magic parent, and good shape with dark lip coloration from Rubescence. Martha Clark is such a good Grex that I named it after my wife. The cultivar Outstanding is one of the best, with excellent shape and color, plus a twice-a-year blooming habit. This cross is bringing together the qualities of the most influential breeding plants here used at SVO: Rubescence, Circle of Life, Tokyo Magic, and Love Sound. Rubescence and Circle of Life will assure great flower shape and lip color, while Tokyo Magic and Love Sound will contribute compact plant habit and strong upright stems with 4 to 6 flowers and a range of beautiful sunset colors, many with red flaring on the petals. I have 2 left. So this is Potenara Martha Starburst, which is Martha Clark by Tokyo Life. And we've discussed the greatness of Martha Clark and Tokyo Life already, so I'll just try to remember to include flower pictures for this. And then finally, here I have a Jalapa Rubens pick and a Cattleyas grape wax. Now, Jalapa, remember, is red, and Bactea makes these really sturdy purple flowers and clusters, and they're very hard. They have a lot of substance. So it'll be interesting to see how this comes out. But as you can tell, I've run out of steam for reading Fred's descriptions, and also because I've now had 2 plants chewed by Pinto. So that's it for this unboxing. And if you haven't ordered Fred's Cattleyas you didn't take part in the private sale, now you can get all of them on his website.